Hi, I'm Roger Wilson. I'm a member of the Board of Directors of Sycamore Tree Theater and a frequent cast member in the productions. One of the primary reasons that I've chosen to be part of Sycamore Tree is found in our mission. We are intentional about bringing quality, family-friendly productions with messages of hope. I'd like to tell you a bit about that by contrast. About a year ago, my wife and I had the opportunity to see a Broadway-level show, one that had won many awards at one of the area theaters. I can tell you that the cast was on point. The acting and the music were great, and the set had moments that were hard to comprehend in their scope. I can tell you from a production standpoint, it was impressive. I can also tell you that Terry and I left the show not smiling and talking about how great it was, but stunned at the brutality of the end scene, not to mention some of the content. It's not a show I will ever see again and not one I would be comfortable performing. I'm not saying that nobody should see it, and if they enjoyed it, that's great. It wasn't my family's preference. If you've seen some of Sycamore Tree Theater's prior segment installments, you may recall that A Light in the Attic was performed in 2016 in Bothell, Washington. It was written by Tom and Denise Diffie with music by Steve Richards. As an actor, it sometimes happens in an audition you feel a strong connection to a character. The character of John MacFie is one of those. The first time I read, I really knew this was someone that I wanted to bring to life. He had a kindness to him, a deep commitment to his family and friends, and a responsibility to his company. What a blessing to be selected to portray him on stage as the first person ever to do so. I have played many roles over the years, and John MacFie is a standout among the favorites. A Light in the Attic is the story of John MacFie and his family-owned handcrafted furniture company as they face some changes. On the big picture, the century is about to turn. On the personal level, John's company is considering a bank loan to improve the business. The banker, Vernon Wellstone, is making some demands of modernizing the factory, and John is concerned about the effects of that, both to the level of quality produced, but more so the fact that he may have to let some employees go. These are people he cares deeply for as staff and as friends. The scene we are watching today shows a different part of John MacFie's life. He's arrived home from work just in time to help with final preparations for the annual Christmas Eve party. Some neighborhood carolers have just left, and the family and household staff are getting ready. There are some fun moments between John and his wife Laura and their 2 children. He also meets a new staff member and welcomes him. Then John and the children try to sample some of the evening's treats and run into an obstacle. I enjoyed this scene because it was a moment of levity as John shifts from the day's stresses to the happy event of Christmas Eve and gives a glimpse into the kind of man that he is. Enjoy.
Oh, John, you're such an old romantic.
Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Say, did the new man, what was his name? Templeton? Did Mr. Templeton start today?
Yes, he did. Seems like a very decent fellow. Minnie is showing him around and filling him in on the routine right now.
I do hate for the poor man's first day of work to be the day of the Christmas party, but it couldn't be helped.
No, and I'm so grateful he could come in and join the staff on such short notice after Mr. Davis had to leave.
We packed some cookies and fudge for Mr. Davis to take to his mother in Pittsburgh.
Well, that was very kind of you two, and I'm sure it's just the thing that his ailing mother will need to recover. And speaking of cookies and fudge, I think that now would be a great time to sneak a taste or 2 of whatever's baking in the kitchen, don't you?
Let's go, Papa.
Winifred, guard the cookie platters. They're coming in.
And here we are, back to the parlor.
Well, it certainly is a lovely home.
And you couldn't ask for a nicer family to work for than the MacFies. We are practically as much a part of the family as their own kin.
And how long have you been their housekeeper?
I guess it's been 3 years now.
So let me see if I have everyone's names correct. We have Mr. and Mrs. MacFie, John and Laura, and their 2 children, Joe and Clara. Then there's Winifred Schwintek, the cook, and you, and the stable hand.
Andrew.
Yes, that's right, Andrew Roberts.
And don't forget Aunt Letty.
Oh, yes, Aunt Letty. Now, we passed by her room, but I did not meet her. Whose aunt is she?
She is John's father's sister, and her name is Letitia, but everyone calls her Aunt Letty. She is a bit unusual.
Yes,
You will find.
you mentioned that before. Now, how so?
Well, she's never quite the same. You see, she'll be one day she...
Out of this kitchen! I declare, John MacFie, if these children are ever going to learn any manners from you, those manners are never going to be learned from you, will you?
I tried to warn you, John. I told you she wouldn't take kindly to sampling the goodies today.
You were so right, my dear. We are very sorry, Winifred. Children, we must apologize to Winifred.
We're sorry, Winifred.
Oh, darlings, I know it's not you. Oh! Oh!
Oh, John, you are going to put our poor cook in the madhouse one of these days.
I'm sorry, my dear. I really am. I'll make it up to her later, I promise. Perhaps we can throw in a tango or two at the Christmas party just for Winifred.
Not the tango, John. You know what that does to her.
Yes, I know. Hello, Minnie, and welcome, Mr. Templeton. We are so pleased that you could join us on such short notice. Children, have you met Mr. Templeton?
Yes, they have. And I'm sure he's having second thoughts about working here after seeing how you treat the staff. Please excuse him, Mr. Templeton. John and Winifred have an understanding. He promises to be as annoying as possible if she will promise to always be annoyed.
No, ma'am, not at all. Your home seems like a marvelous place in which to serve, and your family and staff and Miss Schwintek are delightful.
So no wife and children of your own, Mr. Templeton?
Oh, no, sir. A confirmed old bachelor, that's me.
Well, and Minnie has given you the grand tour, has she?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Minnie, Miss Lytle has shown me all around and introduced me to everyone. Everyone except Aunt Letty.
Oh, yes, Aunt Letty. Well, I'm sure you will find her quite...
Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed it. It certainly brought back some fun memories for me. Hey, let me plant an idea in your mind. If you are interested in being a part of our productions, keep your eyes and ears open for chances to be involved on and off stage. There are a lot of opportunities. We hope to see you again on Sycamore Tree Segments.